I speak before you today not just a mere legislator, but as a voice for justice, fairness, and the protection of human rights. Mr. Chair, sa isang demokratikong bansa tulad ng Pilipinas, napakahalaga po ng maayos na pagpapatupad ng batas. No one is above the law. Sabi nga nila, kung pulis ka, nasa gobyerno na may mataas na katungkulan, o normal na mamamayan, you are not above the law. Mr. Chair, ang maayos na pagpapatupad sa batas ang nagsisilbing pundasyon ng ating tiwala sa gobyerno at nagpapatibay ng ating paniniwala sa isang patas at makatarungang sistema. However, Mr. Chair, when the enforcement of law crosses the line into excessive force, when it is wielded not as a tool for justice but as a weapon of destruction, it is incumbent upon us to speak out. Kaya po kami narito ngayon. Sana po matapos na po itong kaguluhang ito. At dahil po sa nangyari sa KOJC ngayon, magdadalawang linggo na. To be exact, bukas, no? Apektado po ang traffic. At marami pong nagtatanong sa akin sa Maynila, kumusta na kayo sa Davao? Kumusta na ba? Safe bang pumunta ng Davao? Mga turista nagtatanong po sa akin, safe pa bang pumunta sa Davao? Nalulungkot po ako bilang isang Davaoenyo, Mr. Chair. Kahit saan ako mapunta, yan ang tinatanong nila. Ang gulo dito raw, ang gulo doon sa Davao. Mr. Chair, hindi ko po maalala na magulo sa Davao for the past 20 years. Bata pa nga po ako. Sabi ko, tahimik po yung buhay natin dito sa Davao. Nalulungkot po ako sa mga ganitong pangyayari. Hanggang kailan ba ito matatapos? Kaya kami narito para malaman po ang totoo at matapos na ito. Dahil kawawa po yung ordinaryong Pilipino. Kawawa po yung ordinaryong Davaoenyo na gustong mamuhay ng tahimik o pumasyal sa Davao. Sa totoo lang, mas marami po dito sa Davao ang gusto lang po mamuhay ng mapayapa. Walang pakialam sa politika. We just want peace and for this standoff to end. One of the founding fathers, Marcelo H. Del Pilar, whose birthday we just commemorated last August 30, once said, "The perfection of humanity is not possible without freedom for the individual. Thus, the existence of social institutions and all political organizations and relationships are justified, insofar as they have for their primary aim the defense and protection of freedom." Kung kaya nga, nandyan po sa saligang batas, under Article 3, ang Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is there to protect our people from abuses of power that is given by our people. The Bill of Rights is our collateral, our security, our safeguard against abusive people in the government. As we are all aware, Pastor Quiboloy, a spiritual leader, stands accused. But today, I am not here to argue about his innocence or guilt because that is for the courts to decide. Nasa korte naman po ito. Instead, I want to address the disturbing exercise of power or the use of excessive force in the implementation of the warrant of arrest against him. Mr. Chair, this representation for so long strongly condemns any excessive use of force in pursuit of our official duty. Lagi po akong umaapila sa gobyerno, especially to our law enforcers, to be prudent in their actions and remain fruitful to their mandate to serve and to protect. Kaya naman po ang trabaho ng pulis, to serve and to protect. Hindi po kailanman magiging susi ang karahasan sa pagkamit natin ng hustisya o sa kasagutan sa ating mga katanungan. The continued occupation of police personnel in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, KOJC, compound here in Davao, and the terror it brings to the community are causes of concern. While it is the duty of the police to serve an arrest warrant, there is no excuse for using force, creating fear, compromising the safety of civilians, disrupting the peace in the community, and the face-to-face classes of students enrolled and occupying a place of worship. Ang Kingdom of Jesus Christ is a congregation. Pastor Quiboloy is only its executive pastor. Ang Kingdom of Jesus Christ po ay binubuo ng maraming membro, hindi lang po iisang tao. As member of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights and member of this Public Order Committee, I support the intent of Senator Bato de la Rosa and Senator Robin Padilla to scrutinize this PNP operation, which led to the death and injuries of civilians. Dinoble po ang sahod ng pulis, ng military, uniform personnel, at pinaglaban natin ito. At full support po kami sa pulis hanggang ngayon po. Andito po kami, Senator Bato ni Senator Robin, na sumusuporta po sa inyo, lalong-lalo na po in line of duty. Mr. Chair, it is crucial to remember that our law enforcement agencies, particularly the PNP, have a solemn mandate to serve and protect. This mandate is not just a slogan. It is a duty, a responsibility to protect the rights and welfare of every citizen. Mr. Chair, one life lost is one too many. Sabi ko nga, imbis na Dapat po yung maximum tolerance po ang dapat gawin ng ating pulis. Kung hayaan natin ito, kung hindi tayo maninindigan laban dito, ano pa bang klaseng pang-abuso sa kapangyarihan na maaring gawin nila sa buong Davao o maaring sa ibang bahagi ng bansa? Ang tanong ko sa pulisya, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, at tatanungin ko to sa inyo mamaya. At ano ba ang magiging endgame dito? Hanggang kailan tatagal ang sitwasyong ito? Ano ba talagang endgame dito? As gusto ko rin pong tanungin ang KOJC, ano bang inaasahan ninyo mula sa gobyerno para matapos na po ito? Nandito po ang komite upang makatulong at matapos na po ang standoff na ito. Alam nyo, kawawa yung taong bayan, kawawa yung mga inosente, at kawawa yung pulis kanina. Pinuntahan nga namin, tinatanong namin sila, at kailangan lang nilang sumunod sa kanilang trabaho. Ang amin dito is kailan ba ito matatapos? Mas marami pong Pilipino ang gustong mamuhay ng tahimik.
Kaya may order rin sa dyan, shoot to kill kayo. Walang pakialam dyan sa human rights ng I don't give a shit kung anong gusto nilang sabihin. This campaign against, this war against the drug,
Clarita Alia says Duterte's drug war destroyed her family. She shows me photos of her 4 teenage sons, all killed by vigilantes. She sleeps in an empty marketplace stall in the same Davao slum where they died. Why were my sons killed at such a young age, she says. During our interview, passers-by heckle Alia for openly criticizing Duterte.
Gusto na ako nga
People should speak up, especially the victims, she says. If they remain silent, the suffering will continue. She's one of the few people here who believes the killing must stop, or at least is willing to say it out loud.